Hello. Okay, I probably am the worst official YouTuber because I tend to, if you haven't figured out yet, you know when you get those interview questions of like, how do you deal with stress? If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I get really quiet. And then if you bother me when I'm really quiet, I snap. At least I know it. But I normally just get really quiet and go in a little hole, as I call it. It's been a long hole, and I don't have the days to waste in a hole, but I don't do well with change either. And there's been a lot going on lately, which I don't love. So first off, just in case anybody's wondering who our sponsor is tonight, this is a 1982 Cookie Monster Weeble Wobble. So he's who I'm talking to tonight, just so that I'm not looking in weird directions. Okay, so let me just back up. So Dr. Lee left. Dr. Jones took over pretty much January, because around the holidays, I saw Dr. Lee, and that was my last visit for the year. And then Dr. Jones took over, and now Dr. Jones is leaving July 15th. So I have him for another week. But I don't have to be there, so I won't see him. And now I'm moving over to Dr. Mushtak, who I've seen very briefly in the hallway, never met. I was kind of thinking I needed to have a little Mushtak minute, just so that we could maybe, hi, what are you gonna do with me kind of conversation, because it's weird in this stage. Dr. Lee found me, and now I've just kind of stayed with his office because he can still check in on me if he wants to. And I love the PAs. In fact, for my stage girls out there, stage 4 girls, craziest crap ever. But Sophie, who is one of my PAs, my platelets had been really low being on Gemzar. And so she said, there's this Indian belief, or what we do in India is, she's like, we do a lot of papaya leaf, and she said you can buy it might help, it might not, and so I thought, okay, since I'm missing chemo, so I started missing chemo because my blood got so low, and I thought, I can't miss chemo. Like, you either treat yourself or you don't, and if you're not getting treated and you have growth, it becomes, it gets scary. So anyway, I don't want to miss chemo. So I started taking this blood support. I should have kept the bottle. I'll do that next time and show you. I'll take a picture. But it's a papaya leaf extract capsule off Amazon, and it specifically said for blood support. Shit you not, my blood numbers my doctor actually came up to me last week while I was getting chemo, and he's like, did Jason do your blood for you? And I said, no, why? And he's like, your numbers are so good that I was going to kind of question if you had switched or what had gone on. So we're going to stick with that. I'll talk about cancer, and then the worst. I don't know. Worse is better than whatever. My biggest issue this month, actually in the last 6-8 weeks, has been my radiation oncologist. So as of right now, I still have 5 spots on the brain. Last MRI, which was supposed to be a month ago, or I was supposed to have an MRI June 20th. Yeah, so I'm like 3 weeks late. But at the last test, my cancer was going down, which was great, or it was staying stable in my brain. Since then, I get all my scans at the end of the month, but they were tracking my liver, and my liver function has declined. So that's not a good thing to have decline, is your liver function. So they're not really telling me specifics, but then they'll say like, but watch for iced tea colored urine, and you're like, okay, how bad is this? Like, how? And I don't think it's that bad, but I think it's a concern of theirs. In the meantime, going back to my brain radiation, just so that now we're kind of covered on everything else, so when Dr. Shuey left, he was like, okay, I'm going to either be heading to PSL, which is Presbyterian St. Luke's downtown, or I'm also looking at this hospital, whatever. So last I saw him in April, I think it was April, it was kind of hey, this wasn't a really quick decision by the company that bought my practice, and, I'm not happy about it, blah, 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 blah. I get a letter from the radiation clinic saying that Dr. Shuey's leaving their practice, but here's the people taking over. And then in the meantime, my oncologist had been talking to him and his office, kind of saying like, okay, what are you guys doing? What do you want to do with Melissa? Like, what, they had some joint patients that they treat. And so it was kind of a big, like, how are we going to treat them? Or when do you want her to get a scan? That kind of stuff. Well, Dr. Jones was telling me that as the time was going on, it was becoming a little nerve-wracking to him to think. He just kind of said he would hear something from someone else like, yeah, he's not going to PSL, or he's not doing this, or he's not doing that. Well, come to find out, he unfortunately decided to embezzle money from Medicare and is no longer a practicing doctor. So the person that was managing my brain is no longer practicing. And so to have my oncologist change and now not even know who my radiation doctor will be, that kind of freaks me out. But we're having a PET scan at the end of the month after my next cycle, a PET scan and brain MRI, and they're just going to look at the brain MRI and hope that it says stable. And if it doesn't, then we're going to have to scatter to find someone quickly, which I love. Is that everything that's gone on in the last couple weeks, which took like not even 10 minutes, and yet it's been weighing on me forever. I think the problem is you establish these relationships with these doctors, and like in this case, the wool got pulled out from underneath me, and then you're laying flat on your floor going, oh my God, I hope somebody's going to take care of me before I have a problem. So I guess we're just going to see what happened there, but that was shocking news. I still shocked. Like I don't know. That was the craziest shit I've ever been involved in. Okay, so then what? So now we're having PET scans at the end of the month. I'm going to Omaha this week to see family, and it's my sister's birthday. So I get to take the train back on Wednesday. So we were trying to figure out, I can't drive. Jason has to work because he's got to work, and he works Monday, Tuesdays. So we're driving out together, and then everybody's coming back at different times. And I'm taking the Amtrak California Zephyr roomette car from Omaha to Denver overnight. So I'll pretty much sleep on the train, get in, have breakfast, and get off. But at least after being an entire lifer railroader, I can say that I actually was in a moving rail car, because I've only taken a train in Boston, which was a local commuter train. And then every other time I've been on a train, it's been for a meeting or a dinner, and we didn't move. We sat in the yard, which was fine, but I'm kind of excited. Other than that, I hate saying it, but that's kind of been it. Like, we're trying to get my meds under control. I throw up every day. So so now we're on a drug that I take 4 times a day to try to help with it. I feel like I'm getting kind of scared. Like I'm sleeping a lot more. I don't like that. I feel like a 90-year-old body now where it's kind of like, oh, come on. So we'll see. I think I need to just not be as overwhelmed at home. Like once the kids get back in school and my year and a half of all being stay at home, I think that will help my mental illness also. By the way, my kids start school August 11th, which is in a month. So this month is going to fly because it's going to just fly, and then we'll start school. And then we'll get more routine with these. But I'm hoping I can do them more. Melanie, thank you for your text. A friend of mine in the Stage 4 group sent me a note and just said, it's been a bit. So it had been way too long. And I'm sorry, because I know that the biggest concern is you get to know somebody, and then when they just go AWOL, you're like, are they dead? I get it. I'm not. I guess that's it. I just wanted to fill everybody in quick, not make a super long video, but fill you in that just kind of rocked my world the last couple months, that trying to just get out of the slump. So I am going to I'll do some more videos. I'll be way more active on here so you guys have somebody to kill your days. I've noticed I get into YouTube videos where I get these little like holes where I'll just start watching this one guy or this one person, and then I just watch like 8,000 videos. But that's okay. Graham Norton show. I also want to tell you I completed Downton Abbey in the last week. I watched the entire 6 seasons and I love it. Love it. I'm going to have to watch. There's coming out with a second movie, and it's not until next March. So we'll see. I miss you guys. Thank you for reaching out to some of you that have and wondered how I'm doing. I appreciate it. I promise I'll do these more often. I think I don't handle losing my friends well. Like I kind of hold them a little too close that when something happens and then other things happen around that, then I just kind of crumble apart. But we'll do better. I'll get the kids out next time. They're sleeping right now, my little baby birds. And then I'll show you Omaha. Okay. Everyone have a wonderful night. Have a great week. Hope you had a good and safe 4th of July. I guess that's it for me. Miriam in Germany, I love you. I miss you. I will send you a letter because we keep missing each other. Good night.